I'm Larry Scher. We're here at VEITHsymposium 2019. We're going to talk about the role of drug-eluting stents and balloons in contemporary hemodialysis access practice. This is an interesting subject because early use of these devices have shown favorable outcomes, but the topic's become quite controversial because long-term data from use of drug-eluting technology in the lower extremities has suggested that there are increased risks of complications using these devices. I don't know if this translates to the use of drug-eluting technology in dialysis access, but Dr. Aruny, you have any comments about both the use of this technology in dialysis access and what the impact of these potential long-term complications are?
Well, I think the initial results of the trials was very exciting. There appears to be a signal there that you can get improved patency with using a drug-eluting device. And where I find it particularly exciting is to use it in the cannulation zone, where that area is being punctured with 2 needles, 3 times a week at least, and you don't want to leave a stent or a metal device behind. And things were going along rather well. Studies were being performed, and then the data comes out that at anywhere from 3 to 5 years out, there may be an increased risk of mortality when you use these devices. And I think the FDA has tackled this and has softened their stance a little bit, but we're still operating under a little bit of a cloud. But remember, dialysis patients, unfortunately, their life expectancy is shorter than one might like to begin with. And so I think we're going to need to look at studies using this drug and these devices, particularly in dialysis patients, and look at their results over 5 years. And those studies are being done or being tabulated now.
Excellent. Any comments in general about this and also about technical tips in terms of using these devices?
Definitely, yeah. I think John brings up a very good point. We really don't know what this is going to look like in the dialysis world. One thing everybody's very focused in on is cost. Remember, this is a huge population of Medicare, 1% of them, but cost-wise, 8%, so 7-8%. So how do we decrease the number of interventions? If a drug-coated balloon decreases our number of interventions, this would really, I think, be a game changer. I think one of the key things technically is vessel preparation. We were talking about this earlier. As far as cutting balloons or high-pressure balloons, you really have to get the vessel open in order to deliver the drug and prevent that kind of recurrence of intimal hyperplasia. I think those are kind of some of the key aspects, particularly using it in cannulation zones where you don't want stents, you don't want to have kind of repeated interventions. The idea is to keep somebody on dialysis with a functioning fistula with 2 needles as long as possible.
And you're going to see new devices coming out for vessel preparation that are like cutting balloons. They're scoring devices. The Flex device is out there, and you'll see, I'm sure, more in the near future because I believe that vessel preparation is the key to success in using any drug-eluting technology.
I agree.
I'd like to thank Dr. Aruny and Dr. Hohmann. These are excellent comments about the use of drug-eluting technology in dialysis access. This has been an area that has demonstrated improved outcomes, but also has some concerns about long-term complications. And we'd like to continue to collect data going forward and establish the true role of these devices.